My name is Issa, and I am doing this recording because I am kind of keeping a record of the book that I had started to write pertaining to my life and the changes that have occurred since my childhood up until my life as a young woman, and the experiences that I have had, both personal experiences as well as work, school, things that pertain to friends and family, as well as the relationships that I've had in the past, and how they have developed me to be the person I am today. And the title that I am thinking of for my book is going to be called Big Girl Lost. And it will kind of is the title is like basically the girl that I once was. I was always a big girl all my life, and that's who defined me. That's who I was, and that has changed, and I'm no longer that person anymore. So that part of me is lost, and this is me now, and the emphasis will be on, like, who I am today. And I starting out with, as far as my target audience. My target audience is everyone: black, white, young, old, rich, poor, male, female. I am not targeting any group in particular, but I want for a young girl growing up in the hood like myself to read my book and be able to take something from it, experiences, or relate to it in a positive way, or a cheerleader on the main line to read it and say, wow, that was inspiring. Wow, that makes me appreciate what I have. Or, they'll make me a better person. If President Obama read my book, I want him to, say, wow, okay, that's something to get, gives me something to think about our country and what our youth are going through. So I want anyone to be able to read this book and relate and understand and kind of respect where I'm coming from as a person. And as far as what the material will go over, it will be basically from as early as I can remember growing up until today, the present day that I'm living in. And the most important things that I want to point out are the experiences that have basically changed me as a person, with family, friends, a lot of things about a lot of friends, relationships. And I believe that the past relationships I've had, both serious, both, quick relationships, those would be emphasized more because those are the things that really change you as a person, I believe. Like, my family relationships have always been the same. They've always made me, better. That it's just the same. There's not, like, some people have things that happen in their family that, takes them out of their character, changes who they are and who they want to become. My family relationship has been, so my situation with my father and that part of my life, it definitely stands out. But other than that, it's kind of the norm. Good family, good friends, and things like that. Something I think that is important to point out also would be the relationship I have with my siblings. And I have five younger siblings. Well, I actually have seven, but five that I will focus on, and those are my mother's children. And raising my brother, my 9-year-old brother, almost since birth, off and on when he was a baby, because my mom and his father was there, but mainly from preschool up until now. He'll be 10 in February. That has had a very important and strong impact on my life. And taking care of him has changed the person I am, and has changed things that I want to accomplish. It has changed the way I look at things. It has changed the way I view myself. And it's like I'm responsible now. Someone depends on me. Just like I may have not given birth to this boy, but I might have given birth to him because that's the way I feel. I feel so strongly about his future, about his abilities to be productive, and when he becomes older, I really, um, every day I pray for his well-being. I pray that I'm here to see him do the rest of his life. I pray that he marries, a good woman, has healthy kids, and has a great career. And everything that I do is so that he can be productive and be a good person. And, and whoever knows me and most people around me know that I care that strongly about him. Unconditionally. I love him so much. He is everything to me. He makes my life just great. Waking up to him, seeing his face, seeing him smile, and knowing how much he loves me. Like, he loves me so much. We love each other so much. Now, I love my other siblings, my other brother, my sisters, but this here is just something that you can't even explain. And I pray that it always will be that way. And furthermore, is basically I want to touch on that and touch on the experiences I had with a lot of women in my life as far as quote unquote friends from the time I was young to now. And I've changed dramatically in the past 2 years. I mean, but I would think that that was why my relationships and experiences with other women was so like changed a lot. I thought I would base the changes that I've had with females on the fact that I changed physically and mentally as a woman. But this has been going on way before I graduated high school, before I went to college, before I graduated from college. I've always had these horrible experiences with women, and I mean, I don't want to make it like I'm an angel or anything, but or a saint, but it's not me for the most part. And those relationships will be emphasized on a lot. And the experiences that I had as far as with females will be something that's very important that I kind of bring to light, because I think that a lot of people can relate to that, and it can kind of, that there will help, I think, just kind of give a lot of women insight as far as how to deal with the situations. You question yourself, like, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Should I not this? Should I that? And I think that I learned that, no, you're not doing anything wrong. You're being the best person that you can be. And if someone doesn't like it, then screw them. You don't have to be bothered. And it took a long time for me to understand that. And I think that the most impact that the part of my life that will impact others most is my childhood. I mean, we didn't have a horrible childhood. We didn't grow up, living in the, shelters, and, we never had any experiences as far as sexual abuse, physical, to a point that at the time it wasn't looked at as physical. Everyone got beatings, the belts, the ropes, the whips. Everyone had that, so they don't look at it as physical abuse, but it actually was. And again, it wasn't, we could have had it worse. My mom and my family did the best that they could to raise us, and they could have did better. My mom could have did better, but she kept us out of harm's way. And that's, because some things I don't think people could come out of. Like, I can survive being physically beat when I was young. Okay, fine. Like, who hasn't? But the sexual abuse and things like that, thank God we never had to, deal with. So, and what I want to show people is that, like, life isn't, I complain now as an adult, and I think back to, what people are going through now that is worse than what I'm going through. I have a job, I have a nice home, I have a happy family, I have a means to get to and from work. I have access to education, and sometimes I have to step back and think about the things that other people don't have and be grateful for what I do have. And I want to point that out, that it can always be worse, and you just strive to make it better, and you do what you have to do to make it better. Don't let anyone stop you, or say that you can't do it. I know it's a cliche, anything you want to do, you can do it. Anything you want to, people say that all the time. You hear from your teachers, but it's the truth. And hopefully that will help. So I'm going to try to do this every day and give some input in it.